Hey there, friends. It's your Bad Couch Guru, Lynn Limberg, and today we are talking about cranial balls. How y'all doing today? Oh my gosh, today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2020, of when I'm recording this, and pretty much the whole globe, right? We're locked down, and I was looking at my schedule for what we are going to talk about this week, and I just shook my head and started laughing and was like, I got to rearrange this whole thing because I was going to talk about going to the gym and learning about free weights and going to the gym and learning about the, stationary weight machines. And I thought, well, that isn't really relevant for most of us right now, is it? So we did a mix up here, to not really make it about the virus at all, but to make it something you could actually use while you're home. So cranial balls, let's talk about those. First of all, I don't know why the word cranial balls just makes me giggle. I don't know. Maybe it takes me back to my middle school days when when my brother used to say, "You said balls." I don't know. Anyhow, cranial meaning your skull, your head, cranial. And balls, meaning balls for your head. So cranial balls are, you can Google them right now, or you can go to Amazon and Google them. Probably is something you can actually buy that's still on the shelf right now. And you can spend a lot of money on them, or you can just take, to get you dialed in on what these are, you could take, one of my favorites is either 2 tennis balls or 2 racket balls, and shove them in a sock and tie the sock up nice and tight. Really that simple. In fact, I have a set of cranial balls that I loved that I left at a hotel that I paid like $25 for. And then I got home and I did this whole tennis ball in the sock thing and realized, oh, this is just as good. And just use any clean sock and use an old dog tennis balls, and it'll work great. And essentially, the purpose of cranial balls is if you get any kind of a head, really tight sore neck muscles or head muscles or headaches, you can use these to really help relieve that. And you know me, I'm a fan of doing stuff while I'm watching TV. The best time to do the cranial balls for me, so I assume it's the best time for everybody, right, is when you're watching TV. Just put a yoga mat on the floor, or no mat. If you've got carpet, that's great too. Anything, lay on the floor on your back. And one moment though, pause before I tell you what to do with these. If you've had any kind of a stroke or are at risk of strokes or have some kind of a cranial issues or neck issues that you're under doctor supervision for, do not do this without doctor supervision. That's do not. But the rest of you should be fine if you just go at it gently. Okay, here we go. Here's how we do. Back to the floor, everybody. So you lay down on the floor on your back, feet pointing towards the ceiling and looking up at the ceiling. And then take those 2 tennis balls that are in the sock and just put them behind your head, kind of like it's a pillow. Obviously not a super comfortable pillow, right? You're not going to sleep on these. And then normally the best place for the cranial balls is to have them just a little bit lower on your neck than where you would normally have a pillow. But essentially what's going to happen is if you have sore neck or cranial muscles, because your head is full of muscles, when you relax the weight of your head on these balls, it should feel really, really good. And you'll just be, this is my experience. I lay out and I'm like, oh, that feels so good. And I'll lean one head. Oh my gosh, it's been a hell of a week, hasn't it? I'll take my head and I'll lean it like a little bit to the left to get a little more weight on one side. I'll lean my head a little bit to the right to get more weight of my head on another side or ball. And I'll just slowly work the balls around my head. And I'll usually spend at least 15 minutes, sometimes even a half hour just working out sore muscles. And my body tells me, basically, as long as it feels good and it feels like it's a massage, that's what it really should feel like, is it should feel like a good feeling massage. It'll really help reduce some neck and shoulder stress that you may be experiencing. If you want to actually buy a specifically designed TriggerPoint cranial ball system, there's a ton of them out there on the market, and there's a ton that are just crap. Like, they're so hard, you can't even use them. And I've done a little bit of research at fitness conventions before, and my favorite, and I'm not endorsed by them at all, is the brand TriggerPoint, TriggerPoint, Point. TriggerPoint is the brand. They make everything I've gotten from them has been awesome. And the ones that I like the best for my head are it's MB1. And then, and I think it's like $15 or something like that. And they're like 2 little balls, and they advertise it that they're for your neck. I love those. Really, tennis ball works just as well. And then the other one that I actually love to use for my head, that is by TriggerPoint, and it's actually, they advertise it and market it for your feet. And TriggerPoint actually gave me one of these. So they did give me this little ball. It's called, but I love it. I love it for my head. It's called a MobiPoint massage ball, MOBI point massage ball. It's like this bright green. It's Nubby. It's only like $8 right now. I just looked up it on the website. It's awesome for your feet, and I love it. Love it for my head. The only problem is my dog loves it too. My dog thinks it's like the best toy in the world. So I lay down on my yoga mat and I'm trying to massage my head, and the dog's like, "Oh, I want that." He scratches at my head trying to get the ball while I'm trying to watch my show and give my head a nice relaxing massage. So that's the only down point about that one. So yeah, TriggerPoint, they make great stuff if you want to just buy and have something mailed to you, or if you don't have tennis balls and you need to buy something anyway. Alrighty, friends. Tomorrow, we're going to have an interview with Kim Peek, who wrote a book on holistic endurance training. I'm excited to bring her to you. And then we're going to talk Wednesday about foam rollers, reducing stress with foam rollers. And then I got a couple more fun ones coming up for you. Alrighty. Have a good Monday. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Exercise should not be dreadful, but getting off the couch, we know, is the hardest exercise of all. Did you know that Couch to Active has an app? It's the easiest way to keep track of and follow the Couch to Active podcast. So head on over to your app store, and it doesn't matter whether you're on an iPhone, a tablet, or an Android device. Search for Couch to Active, that's TO Active. Download the app and check it out. Bye-bye now.